Carey and Molly Meldrum!
Thanks, Dan. Welcome to Australia again, Mariah.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Australia.
We can't hold this crowd still clapping, Molly. I'm sorry, they're still clapping in the studio here.
Take it all, Molly.
They are as thrilled as everyone to have a live link to New York, and it's wonderful to be able to chat with you too. So, sorry, back to you, Molly.
Okay, thanks. Well, Daz asked the question, are you happy?
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, I've just seen your schedule for the last 3 days of press.
Yeah.
For this great album, Daydream. I mean,
Thank
you must be happy with the album.
I'm very happy with the album, and I feel good about putting it out now, so I'm excited.
Now, Daz, I've had the pleasure of hearing this album, and I've got to say that it is truly fantastic. A couple of the tracks that I was just saying to Mariah that I can't get over my head. I mean, there's a remix of Fantasy with ODB, Old Dirty Mama. I can't say the other word. And the Boys to Men track, One Sweet Day, is just beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, that is going to be a #1. I mean, I think it'll be the all-time #1.
Oh.
Yeah, we should perhaps point out that, Mariah, you're actually writing a lot of the co-writing or writing the tracks on the Daydream album. And was this harder to write than the Music Box album?
I don't think it was harder. It's a different album, you know. There's still the ballads and the things that I've had success with, but there's a lot of different things too, so I'm excited about putting it out.
Do you have a favourite single off the Daydream album yet, or a track that you particularly think is going to be the big one?
It's so hard for me to say. Like you said, being the writer of the songs, it's really hard to be objective about it. So I'm just still getting into listening to the album myself, and you know, I can't predict anything. I just hope that people like it.
Well, I mean, One Sweet Day, Daz, the Boys to Men track that Mariah and Boys to Men have done is just sensational. But I think there's at least 6 major hits off this album. Melt Away, the Babyface track, is just great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun working with him.
Yeah.
Mariah, do you run the tracks by your mum? Because I know that your mother was an opera singer. When we spoke to you last, you said that you were having singing lessons, I think, about 4 years of age or so, because of your mum's influence on you. Do you sort of run the tracks by your mum, and does she give a comment?
She's very... You know, she lets me do my thing, and she doesn't try to impose her opinions on it. She's just very supportive of me about stuff, and you know, we have a good time when I play her the songs. I kind of want to get them to a good place first, because you know, I hate when people hear things before they're finished. So it's cool. She's a good person.
Actually, Mariah admitted something in an interview yesterday, and I just was shocked when she said this, that she gets very shy about performing in a studio with other people, including Boys to Men, which I just found astonishing.
Well, it's not shy. I mean, if somebody's a good singer, sitting there and singing with someone who's a really, really talented vocalist is just kind of, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? Especially those guys who are like some of the best. So, but it was good. After a while, I got used to it, and I actually enjoyed it, and it was an experience I'll never forget.
Now listen, you can come here. You can put that one there and this one here. You
now,
can string them if you
Molly.
like. Now I've got to ask this question.
Oh,
you know what I'm going to ask?
Okay, I'm ready.
When are you going to tour?
I don't have to strangle you. I'm going to tour soon, getting ready to do the worldwide thing for this album. So
you were sort of reluctant when we spoke last to tour because of the strain on the voice, because of the vocal range, and it's so demanding on your voice. You were very hesitant. Were there any other reasons? Did you feel, boy, I don't want to walk out in a stadium with that many people and do that every night?
Well, the thing about it was that I had never performed before in my life, and to go out and learn about performing in a huge arena is kind of a ridiculous experience. I don't recommend it to anyone, but it was cool. By the end of the tour, I felt really comfortable, and I felt much more confident and eager to do it again. So it's going to be a different experience to go overseas and do it, you know, for the fans outside of America. Also, the traveling hopefully won't make it harder. It's just the strain of my voice that was always a weird thing, but it's cool.
And you'd also have to leave your little doggy at home. Do you still have your little doggy and pussycats and things?
I have my dogs and my cats, and they're all there waiting for me to go home.
Actually, I haven't seen you for a couple of days.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I know.
Now, Mariah, what about movies? I think we covered that last time too. I thought there are probably a lot of scripts coming your way and you'd be sifting through them. Anything likely in that in the near future?
Not very likely. I don't think so.
You've got to remember that, I mean, this girl, when I came over last year, it was almost to the month to interview her about the Christmas album. And we were just down the road, and Mariah came out, I think out of an office. She was coming out of the recording studio doing this album here. She has not... You must live in a recording studio.
Well, that's the thing. I'm in the studio so much, and I'm... From the writing to the producing of the songs, and then finally, I mean, it's such a process that people don't realize. It's not like you go in one day and you record a song and then that's it. There are a lot of different, you know, it's a big process. So it's kind of, because I'm doing the whole thing, you know, I'm there hands-on doing it myself, it's very time-consuming. So I don't have time for much else. But it was fun. I directed my first video,
which is this
for
one?
the single Fantasy, and that was a new experience and a really great learning experience for me, and I enjoyed doing that. So I've been doing some other things, you know.
What would you do? What would you do if you had time off? Are you a shopaholic, or is there somewhere you'd go to, like a little retreat that you'd enjoy? What would you do?
Well, I tried water skiing for the first time this year. That was fun. I finally got up. I've been trying it for like 3 years, and finally a friend of mine showed me how to get up, and that was cool. And I went snow skiing and, you know, swimming and being with my animals and my family and stuff.
All the normal stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's a great treat to be able to talk to you like this again, and I know that you're going to perform for us. So, Molly, unless you have something to add, we're going to catch up with you a little later for Melodrama.
Congratulations on the
Thanks,
album.
Molly.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and Mariah, I'm holding up now your Fantasy single off the Daydream album. We thank you again for being with us, and you're about to perform this for us. It's a sensational first single, and I'm sure the first of many, and we wish you all the best with success for it, and we look forward to seeing you in Australia soon. Mariah Carey.
Thank you.